Alright, it's the number 197 of my accountability to myself, and I appreciate everyone's attention who watches this. I've just tried to record this video. I've been recording for 10 minutes and I just stopped and deleted because I started talking about some things, strange things, and I couldn't find connection between them, so I decided to re-record this video and to express my idea, at least to try to express my idea properly. Because a couple of days ago I had one interesting thought, at least for me, because I was thinking about this, and at the moment it felt to be captivating, right? And I didn't talk about this because I wanted to think about this more, but I didn't really think about this more because I don't really have this habit of opening my nose every time, which is not really good because I have a lot of knowledge, I have a lot of information, I have a lot of my thoughts, personal thoughts in my notes, and I never return to this, like rarely, really rarely, which is a problem because otherwise it would give me much more room to think, more perspectives, more thoughts that I had previously, and at this moment I don't have them, so I need to remind myself about them and to think. But it's possible to change through neuroplasticity, right? The thing that I recently mentioned, when through synapses you build new patterns, new pathways between your neurons, right? And it's, by the way, one of the things, I don't remember, I've already mentioned about this in one of my videos or not, but if someone ever says that people don't change, that's not true, because according to neuroplasticity, your brain is capable of recognizing its patterns and changing them through learning, through experience, right? The only problem, it actually takes a lot of effort to actually change the way you behave, the way you think, and people don't change overnight. It's also very important to understand. It might take several months, sometimes several years, and I wouldn't easily believe to the person when he says, oh, I'm gonna change. So words don't really worth anything nowadays. What actually proves something are actions. So if you can observe some changes in person's behavior, probably he's capable of keeping his word, right? But it's not what I wanted to mention about. Indeed, I need to open more my notes, but that was not the topic of this video. What I wanted to mention about, I will try to provide my thoughts more or less properly, somehow keeping the link between what I'm saying, because the last video I stopped and started recording this one because I couldn't find links what I'm talking about. I got confused because of my thoughts. So what I put down, I have a huge note, but I was changing before this video. I spoiled everything. I'm not gonna change the whole note, but I will change the part of this. Time is illusion, and you cannot touch it, you cannot see it, you cannot feel it, you cannot experience what happened 10 years ago, you cannot experience what happened a year ago, yesterday, and even 10 seconds ago. What I've said, I cannot return it. And the only thing that actually matters is what is in our mind. Imagine you are erased your memory. which basically means you don't have anything. You don't know names, you don't know language, you don't know what's going on around. You just have your body that you currently have. You wouldn't be able to think properly. You would be able to feel something, but you wouldn't be able to think the way you do this today. You wouldn't be able to overthink. You wouldn't be able to be disappointed or be frustrated because of something. Everything that you experience currently, this is a result of your thoughts. This is a result of some kind of experience that gave you some thoughts, and now you keep those thoughts in your mind, whether you dwell on the past or you overthink your future. But it's something that does not exist and which affects how you feel at the moment when you are existing. What do I mean by that? Obviously, you cannot change your past and you cannot predict your future. It's not bad to think about something to understand the overall picture. But it definitely does not make sense to spend your present, this moment that you're living now, to dwell on your past, to regret your past, or to overthink your future. Because those thoughts themselves, they does not produce anything. They does not change the way you are thinking. They does not change the way you are acting. They does not teach you anything. They does not invest in a relationship with anyone. They does not do anything. Your time is limited on this earth, and it does not really make sense to worry about something, to worry over something you don't hold, to worry about something you don't hold power over. I don't know how to say it properly, but it's not under your control. Under your control are only actions, and under your control, what are you doing at this point? And who you are today is the result of everything you've done previously, everything you've learned previously. It somehow shaped you, and now you think in the way you are thinking. But what is basically the essence of this? Why we are measuring everything in days, years, decades? Does it even make any sense? Because in 100 years, it will not matter for us. It will not matter anymore. We will be somewhere underground and we will be dead. And I even talked with one of my friends, and he gave me this kind of perspective that we are already dead. We are just observing our life. But inevitably, we will die. No matter how powerful you are, no matter what can you do now? You cannot escape death. I would say each most powerful person in the past, according to history, he's dead. And for him, it does not matter what is going on in this world. What I'm trying to explain, there are two things. First, just reflection about time, about life, what you're striving for, what is your end product of your life, and what you're doing for this. And second thing, I don't remember. Yes, and second thing basically about what are you doing at your present? Because it's crazy, but most of the people spend most of their present to think about past or about future. Most of the people don't live in their present, even though they have this time. I mean, it's just insane how it works. Like nowadays, I'm here, I'm sitting here, I'm talking right now, but everything that happened over the past 20 years in my life, just in my thoughts, just in my mind. And if I'm erased my memory, I don't have those 20 years of my life. We're basically biological organisms. We're given life when we are born. We're just living like it. It works like this. You're growing. Then you start, your body starts destroying itself. You're getting older, and you're dying. And that's it. We just measure it through illusion of time. And then there's the question, what is the essence of this life, right? I wouldn't really like to talk about this because the only rational answer, in my opinion, is serving to God. That's why you should have some principles. You should stick to moral. You shouldn't bring anything negative to anyone in this life, and you should follow some kind of religion, in my opinion. But of course, it must not be like spending the whole life in a church or something like that. It's not even about religion currently. It's just about perspective of the time, how it works. Because like, what is this present? No matter what was going on in your life, how good or how bad was that, it's in the past. You cannot have it now. And it will not matter in 100 years. So what is this time? The universe is gonna be exactly the same in 100 years, I think. Of course, it's probably I don't know anything about this universe, but everything that surrounds us in, I would say, next to our Earth, like nothing significantly in space is not gonna change, right? What is this time? And how it actually works? Like, I've been recording this video for 15 minutes, 15 seconds. What's that? Where's those 15 minutes? Probably sounds too strange. I don't know if someone watches up until this point. It's so strange actually, because it's more for myself. I'm trying to think about that, and I'm trying to dig deeper in my mind, but I cannot do this for some reason, because when I put those notes, I definitely had something more to tell about. Well, we could like simplify it and say like, well, who you are today, you're a result of your past decisions, everything you've done previously, and who you are today, that's what shaped you, right? As a result of everything you had previously. If you're not next to your goals, if you don't really hit them currently, then you need to keep growing. You need to do something that's gets you closer to your aims, which is not scrolling, definitely not wasting your time. And it just it's just the topic to think, what is the essence of your life, what you want to achieve in this life, what you are doing for this, what will be after your death, and why you're doing what you're doing. I mean, it's so crazy. Like there's time. And just imagine that in 100 years it won't matter. Like literally, you won't be alive in 100 years. I won't be alive in 100 years. And 100 years, it's not a lot. This universe has been existing for billions of years. And part of my life is only 100 years. So probably even less. I don't know. Hopefully 100. All right, because I always stick to my diet. I always do sport, like all the stuff, right? So I don't destroy my body anyhow. So most likely I'm gonna live a lot, I hope, and even say just say 100 years, all right? What's that? It's been already 20 years. And why am I thinking about this? Because what I mentioned, everything you went through in the past, right? No matter how great the time was or how bad the time was, it does not really matter, because you don't experience it right now. So no matter how great emotions I can experience in this life, and it's something that will matter after my death, because last 10 minutes of my life, they are not gonna be fulfilled because of some positive emotions that I experienced previously, because I'm about to die. So what matters? If my time is over, what matters? It when you think about those things, you realize how ridiculous it is to be scared to do something because of someone's opinion. Because in 100 years, not only you will be underground, but also everyone who could find something you're doing is cringe or whatever, they will be also dead in 100 years. And what's next? I think I need to finish the book Marcus Aurelius Meditations. It's actually an amazing book, which is a lot about this, about reflections. A very powerful person, probably most powerful at his time, who was spending his evenings just writing down his thoughts. It's actually something I also want to do, like to write down those kind of thoughts, but when I actually get them, not in a couple of days after writing them in my notes and trying to come out with something at this point. I mean, why would we spend our life not enjoying what are we doing, not being happy, not being grateful for what we have? If it won't matter in 100 years, probably the essence is to contribute in this society, right? To make it better, but at the same time, it won't matter eventually anyway, because sooner or later, but it will be over. This universe will be over. What's next? Then the only thing that matters is God. But God wants us to contribute in society. It does not really make sense to think what's gonna be in 1,000 years, in 10,000 years, in million years. We cannot think in this scale, in terms of such a wide scale. It's impossible. We barely understand what is 1 year, and not even everyone, because if everyone understood what is 1 year, everyone would be grinding, because in 1 year you can get pretty decent results, not expecting to change your life overnight, right? And what is time? Why 1 minute is 1 minute? Why 1 second is 1 second? Why 1 hour is 1 hour? It's based only on the earth and the sun that is moving around, that it stays at the same place, and the earth that moves around the sun, right? But it's not time. In terms of universe, it's not time. It's just the process. The earth is moving. I don't know how in English this called. It moves on this something. There's a sun, which is a star, which has its lifespan, or like lifetime, I don't know how to say it, and which will be I forgot the word, it's so annoying. Which will explode, yes. Sun which will explode at some point. And what's next? Then we won't be having time, because there's only space left. And space is always dark. It's always black. What is time in that place? time it's something that is related to this earth. This earth, it's something